You are sitting in the dead of silence, staring at the screen, trying to focus on the heavy work in front of you, but your mind is violently dragged backward. Against your own will, you find yourself replaying the highlight reel of a ghost. You remember the flawless beginnings, the overwhelming illusion of a perfect scenario that seemingly had absolutely no problems. You convince yourself that because the past felt so incredibly safe, secure, and beautiful, losing it is the ultimate, insurmountable tragedy of your life. But Stoicism reveals a brutal, unfiltered reality that you must face right now. You are voluntarily locking yourself inside the prison of nostalgia. You are deeply mourning a version of reality that no longer exists, and quite frankly, might never have existed in the perfect, romanticized way your brain is editing it right now. You must understand exactly what is happening to your biology when you indulge in this dangerous mental time travel. Nostalgia is not a harmless comfort. It is a highly manipulative liar and a chemical trap. Every single time you open that mental vault to revisit a faded memory, your brain triggers a temporary, intoxicating spike of dopamine. But that high is instantly crushed by the heavy, suffocating cortisol of your present reality when you remember those days are gone. You are literally chemically addicting yourself to your own heartbreak. You are treating the past like a warm, protective blanket, but it is actually a heavy iron chain dragging you to the bottom of the ocean. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius repeatedly warned us to confine ourselves to the present moment. By agonizing over dead history, you are trying to rewrite a script that has already been permanently released. This relentless obsession with the rearview mirror is the absolute destruction of your current daily focus. You cannot build a formidable empire if your eyes are constantly searching the horizon for a ship that has already sailed far away. Deep, uninterrupted work, the kind of terrifyingly focused effort required to master your craft, to forge your physique, or to completely redesign your reality, demands 100% of your cognitive bandwidth. When you allow the ghost of the past to haunt your workspace, you are bleeding raw, irreplaceable energy. You are stealing precious time and focus from your future self just to pay tribute to a chapter that is permanently closed. While the rest of the world is moving forward, aggressively pursuing new heights and building their future, you are sitting here, sacrificing your own massive potential on the altar of a dead memory. The core of your suffering comes from a fundamental misunderstanding of the world around you. Everything we hold dear is not a permanent possession. It is merely a temporary assignment in our lives. The Stoics rigorously practiced the art of emotional detachment because they understood that human nature and external circumstances are entirely fluid. Priorities shift over time, comfort zones change, and long-term visions eventually diverge. If someone or something departs from your life, taking a completely different path, you must learn to accept it with clinical, unwavering coldness. You do not own the future, and you certainly cannot chain reality to your past expectations. Letting go is not a sign of weakness. It is the ultimate display of masculine strength. A departure or a loss is not a reflection of your inadequacy. It is simply the natural, unpredictable course of the universe unfolding exactly as it must. Instead of viewing the sudden collapse of those future plans as a massive, devastating void, you must aggressively reframe it as a strategic clearing of the board. All those unfulfilled expectations and broken promises are not a tragedy that you must mourn. They are heavy, dead weight that has finally been cut loose from your shoulders. Your mind is desperately trying to hold on to a comfortable, predictable narrative because it is utterly terrified of the unknown. But the unknown is exactly the place where your true, unchained power lies. Nostalgia desperately wants you to remain soft, sad, and hopelessly attached to a ghost. Reality, however, demands that you become cold, highly rational, and entirely self-reliant. The universe has violently removed the safety net so you can finally discover how incredibly strong you are when you have absolutely nothing else to lean on. So, how do you actively escape this invisible cell? You cannot simply wish the memories away. You must brutally and consciously sever the mental anchor. Every single time your brain attempts to drag you back to a golden memory or a painful what-if scenario, you must execute a hard, immediate reset. Acknowledge the intrusive thought for exactly 1 second, and then physically force your attention outward. Grip the heavy iron in the gym until your hands hurt. Step into the freezing water of a daily cold shower and let the shock reboot your nervous system. Stare at the glowing screen of your current project and pour every ounce of your frustration into the work. You do not fight the memory by arguing with it. You conquer the memory by completely starving it of your attention. You must shift from being a passive victim to a ruthless director of your focus. The hardest truth you must swallow is that the past you are relentlessly grieving no longer exists. The version of reality that made you feel incredibly safe, that eagerly promised a secure and predictable future, that specific era is dead. It has been replaced by a new reality with totally new rules, a different landscape, and an entirely different destination. You must accept that the world that exists today is essentially a complete stranger compared to the one you once deeply knew. Holding on to anger or sadness means you are desperately trying to negotiate with a phantom. The exact moment you truly internalize this logical fact, the emotional chains will shatter. You will stop expecting consistency from a ghost. You will stop looking backwards. You will finally realize that your own life is waiting for you to take the wheel. The present moment is the absolute only battlefield where you possess any actual, tangible power. Do not let a dead past continue to dictate your living, breathing future. The formidable empire you are destined to build will never be constructed on the fragile, broken foundations of what used to be. It will be forged in the relentless, uncompromising, and painful reality of right now. Let the past fade into the shadows, let people walk their own paths, and let the world freely turn. It is no longer your concern. Your eyes must remain locked straight ahead on your own massive potential. Close the mental vault forever. Burn the highlight reel to ashes. Step out of the suffocating prison of nostalgia. Reclaim your stolen masculine energy and get back to work. Your future self is depending on you to survive this.